Are you an investor about to hand over thousands of pounds in cash to a property sourcer or a deal packager, handing it over upfront and potentially before you've even seen the full details of the deal? If that's the case, or you think it's okay for you to do that with a deal packager and a sourcing agent, then this video is definitely for you. So 5 red flags. If you spot even a couple of these, I strongly recommend that you keep your wallet shut and your cash in your bank account. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through every one of them and go through with you how you can do the checks yourself for free. Take you about 15 minutes, or you can work with NAPSA approved accredited members, and NAPSA team have done all of the checks and many others on your behalf already. You see, the issue is that the sourcing industry, the deal packaging industry, is perceived as a low entry barrier into property investment, and that people can come in with absolutely no cash, no experience, no nothing, make a lot of money and then go on to property invest. Now, don't get me wrong, you can come in and make money and go on to property investment, because that's exactly what myself and my husband did. But the fact that there is quite a bit of regulation around it and required standards isn't widely taught. And so agents range from dangerous to professional, with many levels in between those two. And sadly, due diligence is all on you. If you get it wrong, it's you that will lose out heavily. So what are these 5 red flags? Registration with HMRC. Members, all sourcing agents and deal packagers have to register with HMRC for anti-money laundering supervision. And when they register, they get a bespoke registered number. Now, a legitimate sourcing agent or deal packager will provide you that without hesitation. This is required under the money laundering regulations, and also now stated as a fact in HMRC's new guidance, specifically for sourcing agents and deal packagers within the estate agency guidance itself. And it includes and states property sourcing and deal packaging. So even if your agent claims that they're only an intermediary in a transaction, HMRC has stated they still have to be registered with them and meet standards. So HMRC, you can check the register. It is a long-winded process. You have to download a spreadsheet and then try to find them. But they should have that number, and they should just very quickly provide you with it. In fact, really, if they have a website or business documents, it should be in the footer of the business documents or the website. Legally, they should be registered with one of 2 government-approved redress schemes, and that's either the Property Ombudsman or Property Redress. And to operate outside of that means that they're operating outside the law. And from your perspective as an investor, if they're not a member of a redress scheme and something goes wrong, the only place that you have to go to try and get your cash back is small claims court, because the redress schemes can make awards of up to £25,000 against agents. And if they fail to pay, they can expel the agent. So there is redress, there is punishment at the end of wrongdoing, but they have to be registered in the first place for that to make any difference to you as investors. Not registered with the Information Commissioner's Office or RCO. Now, they're going to be handling a lot of your personal data and financial data. They have to be registered with the ICO for data privacy supervision. It's regulation. It is what should be. And from your perspective, don't you want to know that actually they may have a clue as to what they're doing and how and where they're keeping your data, and that it is secure? Copies of driving licenses, passports, bank statements, for instance. Just imagine what would happen if their systems were hacked and your data was taken. How much of an issue that could prove for you if someone clones you. So they must be registered with the ICO for data privacy supervision. I mentioned right at the very beginning about big upfront fees before you've even seen anything. This is happening a lot. And I'll tell you now, this happens when the agent can't secure the seller because the deal is on Rightmove through another agent and they can't secure it. If they could secure it, they wouldn't want their fee up front, and certainly not before you have seen all of the details of the property. So normal fees, normal sourcing fees, are normally due on exchange or completion of the property transaction. It is quite acceptable to have a small registration fee, small reservation fee. That's quite reasonable. But it must be documented. You must be aware of what those fees are going to be, when they're going to be charged, where they're going to be held, what status they have. Are they refundable? And don't take it that just because you're told it's refundable, that actually it will be. Under what circumstances? So the pressure from some agents of paying large sums of money up front before you can even see all of the detail is definitely a very, very big red flag for you keeping your cash in your wallet. There are no written terms of business. You're signing an NDA. That's a big issue from your perspective for protection. But even if there is a terms of business, please read it. Please understand it. If you're unsure about anything, ask them questions. It's their contract. They should be able to respond and explain what you haven't understood. They are essential for keeping you safe and for making you aware of how that agent will work, what's expected of you, what fees will be charged, when and how much, and what their status is, which is really, really key and important for you. And if it's going to be refundable, are there any circumstances where they won't refund it? Which is really, really key. So how do you go about verifying agents? All of the registrations on the sites are checkable and free in the public registers. So either Redress Scheme, Information Commissioner's Office and HMRC. It will take you maybe 15 minutes or so to check. And that's fine. Check them on Companies House. Do some research on social media. Check for any feedback that's been given on them. The amount of people that work with agents and they say, I wish I'd checked social media for feedback because it was really, really poor and I've lost a lot of cash. Do the due diligence. Don't even take someone else's reference to them as being okay. Still do the due diligence. Now, if you want a shortcut and not have to spend 15 minutes or wonder, is that right? Have I checked it correctly? Is that information right? What should I be doing? Is there any other questions I should ask? Why not just work with a NAPSA approved accredited member? Because as an investor, when you work with them, we've already done those 5 red flags for you, plus 15 others, before our agents can become accredited. And you can search and find them on our website completely free of charge. So why wouldn't you save yourself the time and the effort and work with a NAPSA approved accredited member? My final thoughts are this: a credible sourcing agent or deal packager can evidence fit for purpose insurance, all of those registrations, a clear fee structure, and will not dodge basic questions. If they can't, then please walk away. I don't want any of you to be the next investors that come to us and say, please, can you help? I'm losing tens of thousands of pounds. That's it for this morning. I will be back as usual next Tuesday, the normal time. In the meantime, bye for now.